And
Good morning, Africans. I say hello from the motherland, Kenya, East Africa. Yes. Something important that I think you as an African diaspora, or rather you as an African, should listen to is a conversation between the president of Kenya, who's been making headlines all over the world for the wrong reasons. So, for this reason, President Paul Kagame, who is also a president of the East African community, they came together with President Ruto and some other presidents of Africa. They held a committee, they held a conference at a place called the Kenyatta International Conference Center, which is a place where Kenya has dedicated for international meetings. So in this specific meeting, which was arranged by William Ruto, the president of Kenya, they were discussing about the economy of Africa. There was this part of conversation where the president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, was having with William Ruto when William Ruto tried to display his intelligence on matters of African economy. He tried to present an idea that he thought was good. You know, we Kenyans, President Ruto has a doctorate. He's called Dr. William Ruto. That's his name, Dr. William Ruto. So he kind of has some level of education, actually the highest. Second highest. He's not a professor, he's a doctor. And now, Dr. William Ruto might be intelligent in terms of education, but he might not be intelligent in terms of African leadership. If he was intelligent in terms of African leadership, he wouldn't have done what people are complaining of. You know, he might be using calculations of mathematics. A is equal to B is equal to C. But maybe leadership does not require A is equal to B is equal to C. Leadership requires practicality, you know. He may be using theory, but sometimes the theories fail in the field, you know. What he needs to do right now is to understand and learn from leaders such as Paul Kagame. Paul Kagame is called a dictator for a reason. He's called a dictator because he's stayed for power for a long time. And one of the best things that comes when you have done something for a long time is you gain a lot of experience. You gain a lot of expertise in what you do. This is what is happening here. President Ruto is showing intelligence, and President of Rwanda is showing expertise, is showing practicality. And I think practicality works best for Africans. We don't need logic, because every now and then President Ruto is coming up with draconian laws based on the laws of economics. But people are going to fail him. He's now facing oppositions. Nobody in Kenya is interested in President Ruto. If no one has told you, I have told you. Nobody in Kenya, maybe his family, maybe people from his region, maybe the people he works with love him, but not everyone is happy. Many people are not happy with President Ruto. So I don't want to speak much on this. I want us to continue watching this video, listen to how the conversation went by, and then by the end of the video, I'll give you my... So that's it on the analysis that was given by on the speech that was given by the president, the two presidents, President of Kenya, William Ruto, and the President of Rwanda, Paul Kagame. One thing I want you to understand is this. The President of Kenya is very young. He's not even half. He's almost half his time. And President Kagame has long been the president of Rwanda. So I'd say that President Ruto represents rationalism and President Kagame represents empiricism. Africa has proven many times empiricism is what it takes to rule Africans. You can never rule Africans with rationalism. You understand? So Dr. Paul Kagame, you know, his country experienced the 1994 genocide where 2 million Hutus and Tutsis were unalived, if you can remember those times. It was such a bad thing to happen. It was such a dark moment for the people of Rwanda. And so he still has those fresh memories in mind. And besides, he's dealt with a lot of opposition and he's dealt with a lot of friends, you understand? And also one of the most growing, one of the most developing countries in Africa is Rwanda. And he's made it to that point. But Kenya is developing as well. But Dr. William Ruto is somebody who has gotten into power while the development of Kenya is going on. We cannot contribute the development of Kenya to President Ruto. No. He is only 2 years in power. Just 2 years. And these structures that Paul Kagame is being asked, structures has to be changed to fit for purpose. He understands even that better. You know, the questionnaire was trying to ask him, trying to see if he really grasps what he is asking. But the president Kagame understands this more than before. He understood this perfectly. I hope that President Ruto would understand what is empiricism and the importance of having empiricism. You understand? Now, Africa seeks to develop. That one is no doubt. We need development. But to me, I'm thinking, instead of building these structures, building skyscrapers, building this and that, we still have parts in Africa where people don't have food. We still have parts in Africa where we have wars. We don't have schools. We have floods, bad roads, you know. I think these people should stop focusing on building these so-called skyscrapers fit for purposes, or institutions fit for purposes. We should feed those people who are hungry. We should clothe those people who don't have clothes. We should make sure that every child has the capacity of going to school before we can build any single skyscraper. We might build a skyscraper to represent our prosperity, our false prosperity to the world. But the inner mechanics are different. The inner mechanics, we have a lot of rust and it's dirty and oily. We need to clean the inner sides first, before we clean the outside. Just like a plate, you need to clean the inside is when you clean the outside. The inside is more important than the outside. Yes, because it goes directly to your stomach. It's important to have such meetings to be held by the African Development Bank, where leaders are able to come together and share their thoughts. To me, I don't think the president of Kenya has made any development to Africa. He only removed visa and replaced it with ETA. Just that, and making very, very expensive tours to wherever he went. Kenyans are not happy with his decisions, including myself. President Ruto has made very, very drastic changes in the constitution of Kenya in terms of finances. And Kenyans are angry. Kenyans are really not loving our president. I hope someday he's able to realize empiricism wins. Experience is what wins, not logic. Logic will take him back home quickly. Real quick, because a president does not have to finish the whole term. We have impeachment, and it's something which is there. Kenyans are thinking of impeaching President Ruto because he lacks experience of leadership. That's all for today, guys. If you enjoy my content, do subscribe. I'll so much appreciate. See you in the next video.